All right, let's talk about something that gets all of us, that endless, looping track in our minds called overthinking. But what if I told you there was a way to find the off switch? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into.
You know how it starts. It's always something so small, right? A text message that's just a little too short, a comment in a meeting. And suddenly, this one little question gets stuck in your head. It seems harmless at first, but this is the spark.
And boom, just like that, the spiral begins. Within seconds, your mind has cooked up 10 different worst-case scenarios. Oh, they're mad at me. I must have said something wrong. This is going to be a disaster. And all of this, by the way, with absolutely zero real evidence.
So let's really get to the bottom of this. Because if you want to stop overthinking, you have to understand what the real problem is. And spoiler alert, it's probably not what you think it is.
This right here is the whole game. We all believe the problem is that we're thinking too much. But look, your brain is a thinking machine. That's its job. The actual problem is thinking without control. It's when your thoughts feel like a runaway train and you're just tied to the tracks.
So why does our brain even do this? Is it just broken? Well, not exactly. It turns out this whole tendency to worry is actually a built-in feature, kind of like a protective glitch in our wiring.
Here's the thing you have to remember about your brain. Its number one job is to keep you alive, not to make you happy. It's constantly scanning the horizon for danger, and it would rather imagine 10 problems that don't exist than miss the one that actually does. It's just trying to protect you, even from threats that are totally made up in your head.
Now here's where it gets really tricky. When you're deep in an overthinking spiral, it can feel productive, right? Like you're actually working on something, solving a puzzle. But that feeling, it's a total illusion.
Just think about that for a second. When you're replaying a conversation for the 10th time or mapping out every possible negative outcome, you're not solving a thing. You're just creating new problems, building a mental maze that, frankly, has no exit.
So from now on, I want you to reframe it like this. Overthinking isn't deep, productive analysis. It's just mental noise. It's like static on the radio. It's loud, it's distracting, and it's completely blocking the real music, which is clarity.
Okay, enough about what the problem is. Let's get into the good stuff, the solution. We're going to walk through a super simple 3-step escape plan to pull yourself out of that spiral the next time it starts.
And here it is. It's that simple. 1, catch the thought. 2, give it a deadline. And 3, take action. This is your toolkit. This is how you go from being a passenger on that runaway train to being the one driving it. All right, let's break down step 1. This might be the most powerful part of the whole thing. All you have to do is notice that it's happening. Just pause and say to yourself, there it is. I'm doing the spiral thing again. That tiny moment of awareness, it's everything.
So here's what that looks like in real time. You catch that spiral thought, they're ignoring me, and you challenge it with a simple question. Is that a fact, or is that a story I'm telling myself? By reframing it to something factual, like I don't have enough information, you instantly drain the drama out of it and stop the spiral in its tracks.
Okay, on to step 2. You have to set a boundary with your own mind, because if you let it, your brain will worry about something forever. You have to be the one to say, okay, that's enough. You have to give your worry a deadline.
And that deadline is 5 minutes. Seriously, set a timer on your phone. Tell your brain, okay, you've got 5 minutes. Go nuts. Worry as hard as you can, but the second that timer goes off, you're done. You move on. It sounds almost silly, but trust me, boxing in your worry like this is what keeps it from taking over your entire day.
And that brings us to the final, and maybe the most crucial step of all. Take action. Action is the ultimate kryptonite for overthinking, because it yanks you out of the fantasy world in your head and puts you back into the real world. So what does action look like? Well, instead of spinning out about what that text meant, maybe just ask for clarification. If you're worried about a big project, use that energy to do 5 minutes of work on it. And if you're just plain stuck in your head, get up. Go for a walk, do some dishes, change your physical state. Any tiny action is enough to break the spell.
So as we wrap this up, there's one last big idea I want you to take with you. The goal here isn't to stop thinking. I mean, that's impossible. You can't just have an empty mind. The real goal is something much, much better. See, you can't find clear answers in the middle of a mental hurricane. When your mind is chaotic, chasing a solution just makes you more confused and more tired. Real clarity, the kind that leads to great decisions, it only shows up when your mind is calm.
Please remember this. Your brain is going to throw thousands of thoughts at you every single day. Some will be brilliant, some will be weird, and a lot will be negative. But you don't have to listen to all of them. Think of yourself as the curator of your own mind. You get to decide which thoughts get the spotlight and which ones you just let drift on by.
So, I'll leave you with this question. After everything we've talked about, think about all that mental noise you've been dealing with. Which one of those thoughts, just one,
are you going to choose to let pass by today? Because you absolutely have the power to do it.